All right, these guys get extra bonus points for, come on up, for coming from Purdue this morning. Now that's early for college students.
Hello everyone. Morning. And thanks for Ashley, she drove me here today. And thanks for Jasmine, she drove with me today. I know it's really early and it's raining really hard and it's really frightening. I really appreciate that they drive with me. And the McDonald's breakfast is really good. So here's my story. I was not a Christian and never thought of being a Christian whatsoever because I didn't believe and didn't know at that time when I was little. Plus, China don't have that much Christian influence. So I thought Bible was just a book with fairy tale. I started to think about being a Christian when I was a sophomore and junior in high school in China when one of my English writing teachers, who is really faithful Christian, gave me a lot of influence. He told me about how God loves us and tells us love each other. He totally influenced my way of thinking. I apply his logic to my daily life when I start to love all the people around me and appreciate what I have when I get lucky. I found myself happier and more unique than before, but I was still not sure about being a Christian due to my limited knowledge of it. He told us a lot of stories from the Bible, which makes me more intrigued about Christianity, but sadly that class was coming to an end. I did get to know more about Christian last year when I was studying in Minnesota. My host family took me to the church and makes me become more and more interested in Christianity. Also, I developed this habit that I can tell the difference between a real Christian and a person who is not a Christian but said he is a Christian. I started to know much more about Christianity this year when I met my friend Becca by chance in the hallway, as her introduced me to Crew, and she actually encouraged me to volunteer to meet more Christian people and know who Jesus is when I really enjoyed. I started to really believe in God when one day there was a physics exam, which is really stressful because I didn't get any time to review at all. I was so not confident when I walked into the auditorium, so I started to pray. God, I can't take this exam. I was so not prepared. I will try really hard, but I don't know what to do, so please take care of it. Then in the middle of the exam, the most magical thing happened. The fire alarm goes off, and everybody is evacuated. The exam was canceled, and was it a coincidence, or it was God who answers my prayer? I talked with Becca a lot after that and found out that the most of the time I pray, it works. Maybe it was the way that God could show me that He's control and He loves me. Then I made up my mind to be a Christian and started to have a relationship with God. I know that Jesus is the only one who can take care of my sin and bring me back to God. I want to continue to learn what it means to surrender my life to Him. I'm getting baptized today to show everyone that I believe in God and decide to follow Him. I'm thankful for everyone here today who will witness this moment for me, and I'm really thankful for Pastor Ken who take care of everything today.
We say that we're here to celebrate Christ, connect people, and contribute meaningfully. And DUA Story is a great example of that. I mean, we are going to celebrate today. Heaven is celebrating. We're going to join in the party. And that's part of it. Another part is we're connecting her formally with the family of God through the ceremony of baptism. And contributing meaningfully, DUA Story is a whole series of people who did that. An English teacher. And I'm curious, was this a Chinese national or an American who came over to teach?
He is a totally Chinese.
Oh, interesting.
He's
okay.
very Chinese.
So there's one person contributing, just representing his faith boldly in class. Then the host family in Minnesota, Beckett in the dorm, Ashley inviting her on the fall retreat, and then we get the privilege of playing a part of it as well. So awesome. We're excited about that. Well, let's stand and celebrate Christ through the song Jesus Messiah.